Alright guys, welcome back. Famine52 here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Final Fantasy X, and we are going to be heading our way to Kilika, and might actually finish Kilika today. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so welcome back. I have done some off-screen grinding, and I have actually gotten Titus up to this little attack node right here, so a little bit further than I was intending to go. Got Waka all the way down to this attack node, and Yuna, Yuna hasn't made all that much progression, but Lulu, yeah, she's filling out that little beginning sphere cluster pretty good. Alright, but let's go ahead and get going, get on our way to the up to the ship. Let's go ahead and enter onto the dock. And I believe talking to these people, most of them give us something. Yep, we got an ether right there. A few Phoenix Downs. Seeker's Ring. Nope, you got nothing. 400 gil. Got a remedy. And do you give us anything? You do not. Alright, so let's go ahead and board the ship. And go ahead and say goodbye, Yuna. This may be your last chance. So that kid that was crying right there actually has a little Fiendtail story in Final Fantasy X too. He's apparently a great blitzball player. Alright, so we are leaving Besaid and on our way to Kilika Port. Titus, you really are an annoying brat. You know that, right? You're literally like climbing on this guy's shoulders. And then you yoink his binoculars. Come on, man. It's not cool. What you looking at, boy? Insert. She's literally right there. Do you really need a pair of binoculars to stare at her? Liking multicolored eyes, by the way, Yuna. I'm sure there's absolutely no in-game explanation for that. Alright, now before we go talk to Yuna, can we go this way? Yes, we can. In fact, I'm pretty sure we need to. Why did I come in here? Well, there's nothing in here for us. Let's go ahead and head downstairs. Or meet a fun little character.
Clothes you're wearing? Yeah! Filthy, filthy. These won't sell. All me name's not a Waka. Don't look like you got much money either. I've no business with you. Out of me way.
Who do you think you are?
Awaka the 23rd. Merchant extraordinaire.
Awaka the who?
Don't know me? Well, not many do. Not yet.
Alright, so that is Awaka. He is a merchant that will be very useful for us in the coming
Say, lad, you wouldn't have a bit of gill
adventure.
at the end?
He wants a little bit of a loan. He wants, I believe, up to 10,000 gil. And honestly, I have no use for most of my money right now. So I'm just going to give him 3,000 right now.
I guess it pays to ask. Fine seed money for the O'aka merchant empire.
We got the power room right here. Whoa, what are those?
What the heck is that?
What the heck is what?
The giant
What
chickens,
is
lady.
this place?
The power room, like it says on the door?
Yeah, but why the big birds?
What's so strange about chocobo power?
Chocobos? Those are chocobos?
What? You've never seen a chocobo? What kind of backwater island did you come from, anyway?
Miracles and oddities were starting to become daily routine on this trip.
Alright, so yeah, those are chocobos right there, but that's not why we came in here. We came in here for this right here. Albed Primer Volume 3, L equals C. And chocobos, we're going to have a lot of fun and headaches together a little bit later in the game. But anyway, let's go on back upstairs. Let's head into this little side room over here. And I believe this briefcase. Did they take it out? I figured that if I didn't have 99, this would actually do what I wanted to do. Is it not going to do it for me? Well, it feels like they took it out, but in the original PS2 version of this game, if you kicked this briefcase, it would give you 33 or 30 potions, I should say. But for some reason, it's not right now. And I find that annoying. In that chest, we got a remedy. Let's go ahead and talk to Keepa or Boda right here. Sir, you live on an island. How are you seasick? Do you guys not, like, go out on the water much? Anywho. Let's go ahead and head back on upstairs. Anybody back here? Oh, let's talk to you. Yeah, sure. Fair enough, sir. I probably wouldn't let me borrow binoculars again either. Alright, but let's go over here and talk to Lulu.
I don't know who you are or where you came from.
Don't worry, Lulu. Neither do I, technically.
Come to think of it, I haven't told you where we're going. First to Kilika Island. Then we change boats and head for Luca. For that though, Yuna's gotta pray at the temple. I'll be guarding. We'll be praying for the Aurochs' victory too, so you come along, yeah?
Great plan.
Hey, it is a great plan.
Don't look at me.
Alright, now, Kamari. Kamari is not impressed, or Kamari isn't
that
impressed.
summoner's got noble blood. I heard she's Lord Braska's daughter. You don't say.
Lord Braska's daughter?
Alright, so it seems like not only are we celebrities, but it seems like Yuna is as
Yuna's
well.
father famous or something?
She's the daughter of High Summoner Braska. You saw his statue at the temple. Lord Braska defeated Sin 10 years ago. Yuna's the heir to a great legacy.
It's tough when your father's famous.
Huh?
Waka's a bit lacking in the imagination department.
Huh?
Thanks, Lulu. I'll keep that in mind.
Alright, now that everybody has separated from Yuna, let's go ahead and head on up here and talk to her. I feel like those handrails
The
should have been
wind.
put up a little bit higher.
It's nice. You're a blitzball player, aren't you? From Xanarkin, right?
You hear that from Waka?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Waka. Waka doesn't believe me at all.
Well, it is a real tall tale.
But I believe you.
Huh?
I've heard in Xanarkin, there is a great stadium, all lit up, even at night.
Huh?
Great blitzball tournaments are held there, and the stands are always full.
How do you know that?
A man named Jack told me. He was my father's guardian.
Small world, don't you say?
Checked. My father. His name is Jecht.
Amazing! You know, our meeting like this must be the blessing of Yevon.
I personally think that the faith kept you
Sounds
in
like
your
him,
summoning
but
chamber
it can't
just
be
long
him.
enough for us to get there because they knew we were
Why
coming.
not?
But that is just a theory.
My old man, he died 10 years ago, off the coast of Xanarkin.
I'm sorry.
He went out to sea for training one day and never came back. And no one's seen him since then.
Why, that's the day that Jecht came to Spira.
But
It's true, I first met Jecht 10 years
10
and
years
3
and 3
months
months
ago.
ago.
I remember that was the day my father left. The date fits, doesn't it?
yeah, but how would he get here?
You're here. Are you not?
It's complicated, Yuna. Nice whiff and then recovery, Titus. Somebody doesn't like the choices of women that this boy has. Whenever he gets close to a new woman, somebody comes and breaks it up. How rude. And I'm no expert in fantasy ballista, but I gotta say, those ballista look like the arms are arced backwards.
What do you think you're doing? Stick a harpoon in him and we'll all get dragged under.
Zin is going for Kilika. We gotta distract it. Our families are in Kilika. Forgive us, Lady Summoner.
Wait! Oh boy!
Boing! Alright guys, so right now, this is where we're going to be sitting for the next couple of hours. Hate to say it that way, but it's true. First thing we want to do is go ahead and cast haste on Titus. Normally you would make an attack with Yuna at this point, and then bring in Lulu and do the same. But because I have that XP share on, I don't need to do that. So let's go ahead and just put Waka in and have him attack. And then have Kamari attack. And then now we are going to have Titus cast haste on Waka. And have Waka attack. And then now haste on Kamari. And then again attack. Attack. And we are almost set up for an AP and guild farm. We just have one more thing we need to do.
The fin! Attack the fin!
Yeah, I'll attack the fin in about 2 hours. Alright, so next we need to come here to special, and we need to cheer our party 5 times. And because Titus is the only one that has cheer, he's the only one that's going to be able to do it. But what this does is it increases our strength and our defense, and it only stacks up to 5 times, so that's why we're only doing it 5 times. Here's number 3. Let's go ahead and attack. And number 5. Or number 4, sorry. And the beautiful thing about this way of farming is every time we take out all 3 of those scales, Sin sends out another 3. And with number 5 here, that is going to increase our strength to the point where, in theory, every time we kill one of these guys, it should be an overkill, except for apparently Waka for whatever reason. But also, with haste, that also means that we are fast enough that the actual Sin scales don't ever get a turn to attack. Which is really the main point of this grind. Because now that we are all set up, we can just continuously attack and not worry about it, because we're never going to get attacked at this point. So this is what I'm going to be doing for the next little bit as I'm rendering out episode 2 and doing all of that stuff. So I'll be back once my grind is over. Alright guys, so we are back after about 3.5-4 hours of grinding these guys with the 4 times turbo speed on. I don't think that quite works out to 16 hours like real life time. But do the math as you will and do all that stuff. But we are ready to actually kill, or not kill, but finish off Sin right now. So let's go ahead and summon Valfor. Bring her in. And what we're going to do, because we actually have an overdrive full for Valfor, we're going to energy blast the fin over there. And you would think that energy blast is a multi-hit move, but it's not for some reason. But we did get the overkill with that, so if you don't want to do an AP grind there for whatever reason, just if you have Valfor's overdrive full up, which you should after that first fight that you do with Valfor, then you could easily finish the fight right there. Yes, guys, Sin is literally right here. Let's stop the ship. No, to be fair, they probably need to realign some rudders and stuff like that. Where's Titus? Where'd we go? Ah, there we are. And here comes a magical blitz ball. Doink, doink, doink. And Phoenix down. And I feel like Titus should drown right there. But again, suspension of disbelief in the magical world of Fantasy Final. Ooh, who are you? Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, so first and foremost, this is the Sin Spawn. I'm going to go with Achilles. No idea. Then we got some Sin Scales over here. But let's go ahead and just attack the main boss guy. Ooh, I got a critical. Nice. Then now let's go ahead and do Dark Attack right on the body. And hopefully this guy won't be able to touch us now. So let's go ahead and do Sword Play. Here's hoping I can get it this time. Which I still need to figure out that delay between my computer and my input, which is going to make this element real weird. Nope. But that's alright. In theory, this guy won't be able to touch us now. So let's just keep on attacking him. I forget, does Blender get affected by blindness? Doesn't look like it. Can I silence you? I only have 5 MP left. I do not want to try that. What I do want to see is if this Dark Touch works. Which it did. Nice. And yeah, this guy, other than that Drain Touch, can't touch us at this point. And there we go, killing him. So, not that difficult. What do we get for killing this guy? So as you can see, we got over 10,000 AP for all of our characters, which is going to be a pretty little bit. Let's go ahead and skip that. Bringing us up about 25 levels for each character. And we got 99 power spheres, we got 6 mana spheres and 2 ability spheres, an ice brand and a wand of water, and we also got over 97,000 gil. So, yeah, just a little funness. How unfortunate. It's like a tsunami and a tornado all mixed into one. Yeah, so sin is bad. He is a real terror in these guys' lives. Part of the cycle of life and death.
When Sin attacked Xanarkand that day, I woke up in Spira. I kept hoping it would work in reverse, too.
I will
Not how this works.
defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
I was just fooling myself. Maybe it was that day, on the sea, under the burning sun. I started to give up hope. I was in a foreign world. I wasn't going home. This was my new reality, and I was stuck in it for good.
You, sir, are not incorrect. You are stuck here. But is it for good? We shall see. Alright, there we go, making it to Kilika Port. Which, after what we just saw, I literally have no idea how there's still a port
Yuna.
here.
I have come from the temple in Besaid.
Oh, Milady Summoner!
If there is no other summoner here, please allow me to perform the sending.
Ah, thanks, BTA.
Our loved ones. We feared they would become fiends.
Please, take me to them.
We'll go see what we can do to help in town.
Huh?
Alright, so let's go ahead and save our game. I'm going to go ahead and level up right now. I'm going to do that off camera though. So I will be right back. Alright guys, so we are back, and unfortunately I wasn't able to advance down the sphere grid nearly as much as I would have liked to because I apparently forgot to farm for ability spheres. But that's okay, we'll be able to take care of that here a little bit later because Lulu and Yuna currently know extractability. So we'll be able to take care of that after a couple cutscenes, but let's go ahead and trigger those cutscenes and figure out exactly what ascending is. And we'll get a nice little expedition dump right here. So I'll be quiet just to let the game explain its own lore for a little bit.
What's ascending? Are we going somewhere?
You truly are clueless. Are you sure it's just your memory that's the problem? The dead need guidance. Filled with grief over their own death, they refuse to face their fate. They yearn to live on and resent those still alive. You see, they envy the living. And in time, that envy turns to anger, even hate.
And then to the dark side.
Should these souls remain in Spira, they become fiends that prey on the living. Sad, isn't it? The sending takes them to the far plane, where they may rest in peace.
Summoners do this?
Alright, and I know that that is only for Final Fantasy X, but for some reason, whenever I play another Final Fantasy game, and I'm coming up against fiends and monsters, that little story is always in the back of my head. Alright, and here we get to see Ascending in action. And those are fireflies. I don't think the game actually explains what those are for another little bit. But they're basically the souls. The souls of the living. Or I guess, dead. And that right there just shows that to Titus, there's no one else right there except for him and Yuna. Just sowing the seeds of their little relationship. Showing that he's starting to become infatuated.
It must be tough, being a summoner.
Yuna chose her own path. She knew from the beginning what it meant. All we can do is protect her along the way, until the end.
Until the end? What's the end?
Oh, Titus. Titus. How to quickly offend an entire village.
Until she defeats sin.
So much going on, Titus, that you have no idea about.
I hope I did okay.
You did very well. They've reached the far plane by now, but no tears next time. Mm-hmm.
I wished there would never be a next time. No more people being killed by sin. No more sendings for Yuna. Everyone stood there watching her. It was strange, and somehow horrifying. I never wanted to see it again.
Alright, so after that beautiful little scene, we wake up and find ourselves in a little inn, if you would. So let's go ahead and head on out.
Hey, you awake? Captain Walker's waiting for you.
Alright, so we could follow him, but before we do that, let's go ahead and interact with this crumbling cottage to save this little girl.
Whoa!
And to the best of my knowledge, that cottage will remain like that up until you interact with it, whether it be right now or literally on the steps of the final boss's doorsteps. So don't feel like you need to do it right now. The prize that we get is an ether for doing it, so it's not all that necessary. But yeah, might as well do it. Next in this little cottage, we can rob them of 3 healing potions. And then let's go ahead and head back to the tavern bar thing in the first screen over here. And talk to the lady behind the counter, who asked us if we're the one that saved our sister, and as a thanks, she lets us open up this chest containing that ether, but the real reason we came in here is this book on the counter. If I could interact with the book, please. Thank you. That is Albed Primer Volume number 4. T equals D, and we level up our Albed knowledge. Alright, so let's go interact with Waka.
Ah, there you are. Be Saint Aurochs, huddle. On to the temple, where we pray for victory. Go! High Summoner O'Holland used to live in the Kilika temple here. Yep, Lord O'Holland was once a great blitzer, you know.
Waka. Praying for victories, oh good. But is this right?
Something wrong with enjoying blitzball?
Is this really the time?
This is the only time. The players fight with all their strength. The fans cheer for their favorite team. They forget pain, suffering. Only the game matters. That's why Blitz has been around for so long. At least that's what I think.
Whatever you say.
Let's play and win, right?
Right.
Temple's beyond the jungle there. Let's go.
Alright, so after that little conversation where Titus does not fully understand exactly what a sports team can mean to people in tragic times, let's go ahead and head into the forest, where we're treated to yet another cutscene.
What's up?
Yuna's saying she wants you with us.
Huh?
I want to ask you to be my guardian.
You know what? There's no time for jokes, yeah? He may be a blitzball whiz kid, but up against fiends, he's a newbie.
Not a guardian, then. I just want him nearby.
What?
Yeah, Waka, don't be surprised that she already
It's just that...
has a thing for Titus.
Well...
We have a connection that you just won't understand,
We're all going
sir.
to the temple anyway. Can't this wait till later?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have...
There's nothing to be sorry about. I'm just not really sure what's going on.
My apologies.
Alright, so, at this point, that guy that you see in the background right there, that is Lord Ocho. We might be able to take him on right now, but we can definitely do that in a little bit once we have done a little bit of grinding and gotten our ability spheres and make it so Yuna has learned the black magic spell Fire. But right here we get our only scripted battle in the area to teach us how Kamari learns his overdrives. And he learns them by using a skill called Lancet that normally when, like if, let's say Titus were to use it, he would just regain health. If Kamari uses it on some specific enemies, he actually learns a new overdrive from them. Why'd I have you attack instead of casting fire? I'm going too fast, guys. Alright, but let's go ahead and have Kamari use that seed cannon. I mean, we just learned the move from you, so might as well kill you with it. Alright, and now, let's go ahead and head forward a little bit, get this little interaction.
The fiend before us is Ochu, Lord of the Wood. We've had trouble with this one before. Remember, discretion is the better part of valor.
Yeah. Alright, but let's go ahead and head down this way and collect this chest for 3 mana spheres, or 2 mana spheres I should say. Alright, and then now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and bring Yuna into the battle.
I'm ready.
And I'm going to have her extract ability. So now when we kill this guy, he will in fact drop an ability sphere for us. I'm also bringing Waka in to ensure that I get enough battles with Waka in my party to ensure that I can get his ultimate weapon or his celestial weapon as fast as possible. The way he gains his overdrive is actually through playing Blitzball, but they do not actually unlock unless you hit a certain number of battles with him involved. But guys, I'm going to be staying here for a little bit and just using extractability on enemies over and over and over again until I get enough to feel comfortable for a little bit. And my ultimate goal is to get, what's his face right here, Kimahri. I'm going to bring him up here on Titus's grid, bring him down, and get him onto the use node here, so that he gains use as well as steal. Because having steal this early in the game is real fun to have, actually. But I'll go ahead and be doing that off screen, and I will be right back. See you guys in a minute. Alright guys, so we are back, and like I said, I got Kimahri down to the use node right here. Interesting little side caveat of that is I was also able to get Titus down past the slow node right here. Lulu and Yuna are still basically at the beginning of Lulu's grid, but that is perfectly fine. And Waka is actually about halfway done with his grid, so we are very much overpowered right now. But let's go ahead and take on Lord Ocho over here, shall we? Alright, so Titus, I actually don't need you in this battle. Let's go ahead and bring Yuna out here and fire it up real quick, as well as Lulu. Have Lulu fire it up a little bit as well. And Kimahri, go ahead and steal. I believe all you got are potions, but hey, stealing's fun. At least in Final Fantasy. Do not recommend it in real life. Alright, and we're just going to be setting fire to this guy and attacking him with Kimahri until he falls asleep. Because he does eventually put himself to sleep, and when he does that, he does enter into a regen effect, which can be kind of annoying. But we'll be able to take care of it, no problem. And I believe he should be falling asleep now. Yes, he does. So let's go ahead and bring Valfor up in here. Because Valfor is going to be able to overkill this guy with little issue. Let's see, he has 1200 health left. So let's go ahead and use Valfor to cast fire on him. Should do about 17. Yep, so there we go. In order to overkill him, you only need to be doing about 800 points of damage. If you can't be doing at least that much with Valfor, Grand Summon her or build up her overdrive, and Energy Blast should be able to do that for you, no problem. And for overkilling Ocho, we get 2 MP spheres. Now I won't be using those for the sphere grid because I really don't need them. I will be using them for mixing later on in the game.
We'll get our chance soon enough.
Young Crusaders gather around. We'll be singing to the ground.
Alright, so let's go ahead and talk to Lazu again.
Do your best, kid.
Or Luzu. He gives us an elixir, and you know what? We actually got something for Waka. What did we get? We got a poison touch for Waka, and you know what? It's better than nothing. So let's go ahead and equip that for right now. Even though I'm actually about to switch it out for something else almost right away, so I don't even know why I did that. Alright, let's go ahead and take care of these guys. Let's see, can you hit him? Oh, you missed. Come on, Kamari, you're useless. Let's go ahead and use Lulu to take out the yellow elemental. And then let's have Yuna take out the bee. Yep, having Yuna have black magic this early in the game is incredibly fun. Well, let's go ahead and head up this little center passage right here, open up this chest to get a scout with it, which is another weapon for Waka. This is going to have Ice Strike and a sensor on it. So let's go ahead and equip that on him right now and move on. Talk to the Crusader Commander right here a couple times. And she'll give us a remedy. Here we have another lizard and another bee. So let's go ahead and take out the bee. And take out the lizard. And move on up here. Kilika Forest can be relatively confusing from time to time. Don't worry if you get lost. You will eventually find your way through. Just know that you are trying to get to the, I guess, northwest side. And you'll eventually find paths through it if you can't do it innately. You know what? For right now, what I'm going to do, not auto, I'm going to go ahead and turn off random battles for right now, just to make things go a little bit faster through here. I have shown all of the enemies in the area. Up on this side is a Lux, or is a chest containing a Lux Sphere. So don't forget to grab that. And past this Crusader, if we continue on this path, and then once we hit the little river right here, if we go north, then we will basically be out of the forest at this point. Head on up the stairs. And we're treated to another little mini cutscene.
These stone steps have a history, you know. Yep. Lord O'Holland trained here at his peak.
A race, huh? Think you can beat me?
Yuna, if you would.
Ready?
Hey!
Ah, huh? Hey!
Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and talk to Lulu. And Kamari just shakes his head. Alright, make sure you are healed up before going any further. And I do recommend saving right there.
No!
Everyone, quick! Sin spawn!
Alright, now at this point, we are fighting the Sin Spawn. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Ginawax? I don't know. But if we try to cast magic on him, the tentacles themselves prevent us from doing that and actually absorb the magic.
Absorb any spells cast at its body.
So let's go ahead and take care of these tentacles real quick. Haha, you missed. And you know what? It's funny. The tentacles absorb magic if we try to attack the shell first. But if we try to attack the tentacles with magic, they don't try to absorb it at all. And we could easily take care of it. Alright, and now if we attack the body a couple times, it will eventually open up. And then it's honestly just more of the same. Something I want to try real quick. I want to grant summon Valfor. And see what happens if I hit this guy with an overdrive while he's still in his shell. Because I should be doing about 9,000 points of damage. And this guy only has about 3,000. So I want to see if I can overkill him while he's still in his shell. Oh, you can. Nice. Does he open up? He does open up. And then he just crumbles. Got it. Interesting. I never knew that.
Yeesh.
Sorry about that. Hope to break you in a little slower.
Being a guardian's tiring.
Well, if you do have steel at this
yourself
point, you can
pretty
steal
well.
another
Got talent.
potion from that guy.
Hey. So, what are these sin spawn anyway?
Fiends. They fall from Sin's body and are left behind in its wake.
Leave him alone and Sin comes back for him. You gotta be quick.
That moment when Waka told me I had talent in battle, I think that was when I started seriously considering becoming a guardian.
Alright. So, we got a bright Bengal right there, which is, I believe, a dark ward for Lulu. Yes, it is. So let's go ahead and head back on, or head on up these stairs to reach the temple. After, of course, a cutscene.
So, they got fiends in Xanarkand too.
Just a few. It's a big deal when one shows up, though. Hey, since when have you believed me about Xanarkand anyway?
I've been thinking. Maybe people Sin gets to don't die. Maybe Sin carries them through time. Like 1,000 years through time. And then one day, maybe they just pop back, see?
Amazing. Simply amazing. You make up one theory after another, refusing to face the simple truth. Sin didn't take Chappu anywhere. Sin crushed him and left him on the Jose shore. Your brother won't just pop back. Oh, and one more thing. No matter how much you want it, no one can take Chappu's place. No one can replace Serject, for that matter. And there's no replacement for Lord Braska, either. It's pointless to think about it. And sad.
I could never be what Chappu was. Well, stuff happens. Best not to worry.
Waka, Lulu, and Waka's brother, Chappu. Something had happened between them a long time ago. I was sure of it. Well, whatever it was none of my business, that's for sure. Best not to go there.
Alright, so, if you haven't picked this up by now, at this point, Titus is telling a story, a recollection, if you would, of everything that the party has done to the party themselves. And that whole interaction right there at the end, where he's in voiceover, I feel like the moment he brought up the fact that something was happening between Waka, Lulu, and Chappu, I feel like Lulu probably gave him the most evil, like, death eyes imaginable. So he was just like, yep, not gonna touch that. Nope, not gonna get within 1,000 feet of that. Yeah, I just find that entertaining. And here is Kilika Temple. I'll give you one guess as to what the theme is of this temple. I'll give you a hint. It's not water. Alright, so let's move on forward. To encounter some of the most annoying people in this game, if you ask me.
You here to pray for victory too?
Us? Pray? Who needs to pray? The Luca goers always win.
Oh yeah? Then why you here?
We've been praying for some competition this year.
So
So
just
what's
so
your
you guys
goal
don't
this
pray.
time? You gonna do your best again? Ha! It's too bad your best isn't good enough. Why even bother showing up?
This time, we play to win.
Ooh, play away. Just remember, even kids can play, boys.
See you in the finals.
We'll beat them. We have to.
You know that team?
Putting people down. They're as bad as my old man.
But Sir Jecht was a kind and gentle man.
Well, not my Jecht. Even 10 years after he left. Just thinking about my old man got me angry. But maybe that was just my way of keeping him... Nah.
That was your way of trying to keep him alive, Titus. Hold on to that anger, so that one day you can throw it in his face and he will never be able to admit that he's gone. Alright, so here we are in the temple. Let's go ahead and head over here and interact with
Lord of
Waka.
Holland, guide our feet.
Choose to pray, don't pray. I'm not going to pray because I know what this whole thing is about. So I'm just going to stand and watch. Hello, Donna.
A summoner, are you?
My name is Yuna, from the Isle of Besaid.
Donna? So, you're High Summoner Braska's daughter. That's quite a name to live up to.
That it is.
My. And all these people are your guardians? My, what a rabble. As I recall, Lord Braska had only 2 guardians. Quality over quantity, my dear. Whatever were you thinking?
Okay, so
I
Donna,
have need
you
of
know
only
nothing
one
about us
guardian.
other than the
Right,
fact that
Bartello?
we're, according to you, all here to
I only
protect
have
Yuna.
as many guardians
I
as
feel
there
like
are
that
people
would
I can
speak
trust.
volumes as to Yuna's character.
I trust them all with my life.
And I don't see how her having a large summoning
have
party
so many
would be
guardians
any sort of detriment.
is a
But
joy
alright.
and an honor. Even more so than being my father's daughter. Of course, I would never think of questioning your ways either. So, Lady Donna, I ask of you, please leave us in peace.
You do what you want, Bartello, we're leaving.
A guardian is someone a summoner can rely on. Someone she can trust with her life. I wondered, did Yuna feel that way about me?
That she does, Titus, that she
What's
does.
she smiling about?
And much, much more. What are you laughing about? Alright. Still don't understand why you're laughing, but alright. Let's go ahead and head on into the trial.
The faith is below. Let's do it.
The faith?
But first, the Cloister of Trials. Kamari, Waka, ready?
Yep, we're ready. Let's go.
Strength, everyone.
Let's go. Hey, man, what's the big deal?
Hey, what gives?
You're not a guardian yet.
Then why do you let me into this room?
We'll be back as soon as we can, okay?
If if you guys knew that you weren't going to let me down there with you, why did you let me come in?
I bet.
Alright guys, so at this point, we literally cannot do anything until that elevator comes back. Because apparently the door is blocked off, and it's not like we can jump down the big old hole, so we just gotta wait. Wait and wonder why they let me into this little hallway if they weren't going to let me down the elevator. And we still can't leave, so let's go ahead and just step on here.
Where's Yuna?
She's down there, don't you know?
Then why are you here?
I have no idea.
Hey, I'm not a guardian, so I'm not supposed to go in, right?
Not a guardian, you say?
Nope, not a guardian.
Hey, wait!
Hey, big man, what are you doing? Please let me down, please.
Let me go!
Please let me down. What are you doing?
Go!
Ow, that hurt.
Hey,
You don't need to go
what's a big
throwing
idea?
people around, big man.
Just a little game.
Huh?
Oh crap, it activated. We're going down. Oh no.
This is bad.
Oh no.
Really bad.
Alright, so we're not supposed to be down here, so let's go ahead and
Come on,
get back
go
up.
Go up!
Up, please, up. No? Okay, well, I guess we can move forward, even though we're not supposed to be down here. Yeah, can't do anything else, so let's go ahead and head inside.
Only guardians allowed. And I'm sure no guardian. Well, I guess it's too late now.
Alright, so here we are with the Kilika Cloister of Trials. How it reset while there's still a guardian inside, or still a summoner inside, I have no idea, but hey, if it didn't, we wouldn't have these little puzzles, so don't worry about it. But anyway, take that Kilika sphere out of the pedestal and put it right next to the door over here in order to burn away the door. And then take the sphere right back up, because we can't walk through a wall of flames, can we? And then head on down to the back side of this next room and set the Kilika sphere in this little recess on the wall in order to burn a glyph into the wall behind it. And now, because we can't reach through fire, go ahead and pull the Kilika sphere back out of it and put it into one of the wall recesses. And now come back over here to where we burned the glyph in and touch the glyph to raise the little passageway door. Now let's come on back over here. Take this sphere that was in the pillar, or no, in the wall, sorry. Step on that light. Forget, is there a secondary slot I could put something in? There is not. Okay, so let's go ahead and head back to this secondary room. Put this Kilika sphere into the wall recess. And go back to the pillar that we teleported over here. Take this glyph sphere out of there. Put it back in the wall that we just got the last Kilika sphere from, causing the wall to raise up. And turning off the firewall of doom. And let's go ahead and grab one of the Kilika spheres that we have in the other room. Put this guy into the pillar that we got the glyph sphere from. Push this forward. Push it forward all of the way. And once you can't go forward anymore, go ahead and push it off to the side. And our goal is to put it onto that blinking, flashing light. So let's go ahead and do that. Doing that causes the pillar itself to kind of get absorbed and taken down, revealing another Kilika sphere. So let's go ahead and run over here and grab this guy. And now let's go ahead and put the Kilika sphere in this door. Alright, and at this point, guys, we have completed the Kilika trials. Though if you remember what I said in the last episode, in every one of these temples, we need to get a different treasure, revealed by a destruction sphere. So if we go back into the little recess behind the wall that we raised up earlier and grab the destruction sphere from there, and go back down to where we grabbed the final kilika sphere and put that into the wall, it blows up the wall, revealing our treasure. And that treasure is a red armlet, which is a fire, water, and I believe lightning ward. Oh, fire, ice, and lightning ward for Kamari. So let's go ahead and put that on him. And honestly, that's probably going to be what he uses for a little bit of the game. Let's go ahead and head back up to the flaming door, take the kilika sphere out of it, and head back. We're heading to the final room, where we are treated with another cutscene.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
It was Donna and that big musclehead man.
I tried to leave. Something didn't want to let me leave, guys.
What consequences?
She could be excommunicated.
Alright, so something worth pointing out right now. There is a hidden background, what should I call it? Relationship meter in this game. And one of the ways to affect it is in scenes like this. The person that you talk to first gets a point towards their relationship meter. And it affects a few things in the game. Nothing really all that serious. Nothing really that matters. So you don't really need to worry about it all that much. But just realize that if I talk to Lulu right now, she'll gain a point. If I talk to Walker right now, he'll gain a point. And I don't really think that this interaction right here with Kamari counts towards anything. But yeah. So because I want certain scenes a little bit later in the game, I'm going to go ahead and talk to Walker real quick.
So what's in there anyway?
The faith, remember?
Oh yeah, that thing, right.
The faith are people who gave their lives to battle sin. Yevon took their souls, willingly given from their still living bodies.
Huh?
Now they live forever, trapped in statues.
Sounds more like imprisonment.
When a summoner beckons, the souls of the faith emerge once again. That's what we call an Aeon.
All that in this room? So what's Yuna doing in there?
She prays with all her heart for a way to defeat sin.
Alright. Walker, you got anything else for me? Just wait. Alright. What about you,
The chamber
Lulu?
beyond is a sacred place. Only summoners may enter.
What? Even Guardians can't go?
It's taboo.
Oh.
Alright, now at this point, there's nothing else for us to do, so let's try to walk away. Hello, Yuna.
There was something I didn't tell anyone else that day. That song we heard there, in the temple, I knew it from my childhood. It was proof that Spira and Xanarkin were connected. Somehow. At least to me it was. Maybe that's why suddenly I felt like I just wanted to go home. I tried to say something to tell them, but the words wouldn't come.
Indubitable. And that is how we get the Aeon Ifrit. Our little fire puppy from hell. Alright, now moving forward. We are treated to yet another cutscene. And keep an eye on that guy in the back over there. You might see him once or twice more in the future. Or my name ain't Awaka.
I thought I had put my feelings for Xanarkin behind me.
Titus, you get a little homesick?
But they were there, and they grew inside me bigger and bigger, till I was just about ready to burst.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
What do you want to do?
To scream real loud.
Great way to make sure everybody around you thinks you're crazy, buddy. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and turn off random encounters again, because there are no new enemies in the forest. So let's just go ahead and run on through here, making our way back to Kilika Port. And yep, that is of course written in Albed, that little thing that I got right there. And because I only have 4 letters, I have no idea what it says. Alright, but this is going to be the end of this episode, guys, because next thing we're going to be doing is going to Luca, and that in and of itself is going to take a while, so this is where we're going to be calling it for today. So this is Famine 52 signing out, and until next time, peace out.